The Slide Media Sports slash Hip Hop. You already know what's coming. This is my reaction slash review on the game 6 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. And congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning their first NBA title in 50 years, and for Giannis Antetokounmpo for winning his first NBA championship. Man, I just watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole game, so I'm going off what I saw from stats and everything. Giannis Antetokounmpo dominated with 50 points and 5 blocks. To me, this is the most dominating closeout game for a player in the finals ever. Like Kobe even doing like this, 50 points in a closing game finals for the win at home. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo showing that he is a beast. He is a top 5 player in the league. He really showed it. And of course, before I get started on Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm gonna start about like the Phoenix Suns. Hey, the Phoenix Suns for the first time in 10 years, made it to the playoffs, they made it to the finals, still have never won a championship ever in their franchise's history. And Chris Paul still doesn't have a ring. Like, I feel sorry for my man Chris Paul. Like I've said before, you heard me say on this show a lot. Chris Paul is like my favorite point guard of all time. He's one of the first point guards I watched. I remember he got drafted. When he got drafted to the Hornets, I've been watching the games since the beginning. I always wanted him to get that ring so he can get his just due, so they can put him in there and be the point guard. But came up just short. I think an injury they had to their power forward, I forgot the player's name. I think that really killed them when they had to put Frank Kosminski. I forgot the guy's last name, the one that Michael Jordan drafted in Charlotte. But that player, they had to put him in there to replace the guy that got injured, and like that really I think kind of just hurt it. The Phoenix Suns, because Giannis was just dominating the paint. Brook Lopez, both of them, like they were just dominating the paint after he got hurt. I think that really would hurt the Phoenix Suns in the end. Aiden was just wasn't the same no more. He really was just inconsistent once they got to Milwaukee. He wasn't playing the same no more. So I feel like that's what play a lot of part in the Phoenix Suns losing. Giannis Antetokounmpo just dominated. Like he really took over this game. Said like we taking this home. I'm winning this. Chris Middleton did chip in with 17 points, but it was Antetokounmpo. Giannis he did his thing. It was all him, pretty much. But congrats on the Phoenix Suns and making this far. I don't know what they'll make it against the finals because you gotta look at that West is so tough, man. You have L.A. Clippers. You know they coming. Interested with Kawhi going, that's gonna play as the Clippers. The Lakers, you know they're gonna come. That's LeBron James. You know they're gonna come for sure. You still got Portland. You still got Dallas coming. Memphis is coming. Golden State coming. Klay Thompson coming back. So it's gonna be interesting. So I don't know if the Phoenix Suns can make it to the finals again, because I feel like everybody was saying like this might have been Chris Paul's only opportunity to win a championship. I just feel like everybody else next year gonna come back strong and be healthy and everything. So I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But like I said, congrats on the Phoenix Suns for making this fine. Chris Paul for making to his first NBA Finals, not along with the rest of them. But now to talk about Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks. This one I'm start out with Giannis. So remember, I think last year when Giannis signed that supermax contract extension to stay in the Milwaukee Bucks, everybody like he's crazy, he's tripping. Like what is he talking about? Because everybody's like, oh, you can't win a championship in Milwaukee. They ain't gonna do nothing. Like Giannis don't care about winning a championship. That third. Remember now, Giannis had opportunity to be in Space Jam. Forget that. He had opportunity to be in Space Jam, but he denied it. He rejected it because he was just like, nah, he's all about playing basketball. He's not about for the superstardom and all that. And that man played a big part and a key role of why they went to the finals of that, because that's what his focus was on. People say it was crazy for him to stay in Milwaukee. He should have went to a super team, went to New York, Miami, somewhere else like that. But no, he should have stayed in Milwaukee. And once he signed the supermax contract, that GM made a point to get some help. They traded Eric Bledsoe, like I always said. He was like he was a missing piece of the puzzle. They traded Eric Bledsoe to New Orleans to get Jrue Holiday, who everybody's always said is a good defender. Even Kevin Durant said Jrue Holiday was a good defender. He wanted him in Brooklyn with him, but but the Bucks ended up getting him. Remember the Bucks when he finna get Jrue Holiday at first, it was gonna get Bogey, for my Hawks. The Bogey that played for Atlanta, but that didn't happen. Giannis wanted Bogey. They went and got Jrue Holiday, which seemed like the better decision to make. So they have for a reason they get Bogey. That was for a reason, so they get Jrue Holiday. Cause I feel like that crucial game 5 last game, that was like the real nail biter. I think that was the game there. That game 5 against Phoenix. I think that really was when they beat them at home. That really solidified. I think the game was over. The series was over after that, because that Jrue Holiday steal was just so big that Giannis come back with the dunk. So I feel like getting Jrue Holiday was a big reason why they made it as far as they did. Getting him, he was a big X factor. Also, another guy, PJ Tucker, happy for him. He was in Phoenix in the early years. Phoenix was sorry. Then he was in Houston when they kept on coming up short with James Harden and them. And he finally gets him a championship in Milwaukee. Like, happy for him. He's a real true sneakerhead too. That man got a lot of good sneaker collection. But I need to try to count some of his shoes. But yeah. PJ Tucker had with him. They got him late in the season because he was in Houston, and Houston was in a straight rebuilding process right now that James Harden got hurt, and it was a blessing in disguise for him to get traded to Milwaukee. He left from being in the work with the worst team pretty much in the NBA this season to being on the best team in the NBA. So a good blessing for him in disguise. So having PJ Tucker, he finally getting a championship, a good hard nosed defender. He was another guy they felt they probably needed. He gave Kevin Durant a lot of problems in that series, that Brooklyn series. What really was like, I think probably Milwaukee defined moment when they beat Brooklyn, because like if Kevin Durant's foot is a little normal size and all that, that is actually a 3, and Milwaukee doesn't make it the second round, and Coach Budenholzer gets fired. but hey, his foot was too long, so hey, I feel like that was it. Once they beat Brooklyn, that kind of was up and all that. And I feel like once Trae Young got hurt, I feel like that damaged us from winning and all that. So, but I look at it as a good thing for us Hawks too, that we lost to a team that ended up winning the NBA championship. So definitely good more confidence to us. But back to the Milwaukee side of thing. That really, like I said, that really was like a good victory, a good win for them. But them doing what they did at GM, getting the pieces of Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker this season, that really giving them some hard nosed defenders, guys, a team up with Giannis that really like showed that like you don't need a super team, you just need good role players and good stars. Like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton are stars, not superstars, but stars. You can still do it with having 2-star players, and you just need good, strong defenders / hustle players that can get the dirty points, come in, get offensive rebounds, do all that. And that's what they had teamed up with Giannis, and it worked perfection. So Giannis is showing you don't have to team up with a championship. You can do it by yourself. You can do it with a regular team. You can do it. He showed that. So that might start a good trend of players. Not everybody's not gonna team us here. Everybody can show, hey, we can go to this team and do this, that, and the third. You can just win with just good role players and good star players. So that's what I like about that too. Milwaukee just showed you that you can win with just regular players. So like I'm really just saying. So I'm really happy for Giannis. Like it really is like showing that he's up there. He's a top 5 player. Everybody was down him saying maybe he's not that good. Maybe he's just a good regular season player. All that. He's showing he really is the real deal dominating player. Like that is the most dominant NBA Finals last closeout game in history to me. I've never seen nothing like that ever. So to me, that's a closeout. That's the best ever. So do something like that. I'm not saying he's the best ever. That's the best ever for somebody to do something like that. Best closeout game performance of anybody. And Giannis not even a 3-point shooter. He just, he just going to paint and just going. That's exactly what he was doing. So, like I said, and of course I'm happy for Coach Budenholzer, former Hawks coach. I remember when Hawks won the 60 games, the first time ever in franchise history won 60 games, and Budenholzer was responsible for taking us to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time ever in history. We never been in the Eastern Conference Finals before, even though we got swept by LeBron and the Cavs that year, but he was responsible for giving us history in that way, taking us to our first Eastern Conference Finals. Glad he got a championship too as well. Like people say, he never really had a good team like that in Atlanta. Tell you the truth, like he had, I think the roster, that starting line was T, Corver, Millsap, DeMar Carroll, and Al Horford. Like all them guys, they were good players. Also, Chris Jeff T, he actually played for the Bucks and he won his first championship. Always was a good role player, a good player overall with the Hawks as well, and a good guy too. But he never had like a star player like Giannis with the Hawks. All them guys were just very good role players and all that. That's it. They were never superstars, nothing like that when they left the Hawks. They were just very good role players. So he never really had like a good team, a good superstar player like Giannis and all that. So that's why he couldn't really do that much in Atlanta. But you know what I'm saying? If he had a Trae Young like back then and all that, yeah, he probably would have done something. But he didn't have nothing like that then when he was coaching us. So happy for him too as well. He trained under Greg Popovich, and now he got his own championship of his own and all that. Went from being on the hot seat this season, now he's up there. He wins the final. So happy for him as well. So like I always say, man, hit that subscribe button if you like more content on Slimy This Sports / Hip Hop. I don't know what else I'm doing. Let any big sports news happen tomorrow or next few days. I might do a video on that, but ain't nothing really going on right now. Just off season football training camp finna start unless any big trades happen or anything. I'll report on that. But like I did with Xavier Howard. But yeah, like overall, like I said, good finals. Happy for the Bucks. I know it's the lowest by the finals ever, but it still was a good finals. 2 competitive teams going at it. And Giannis showed he really belongs here. He really is all the Fame player. Come where he come from, his story and everything. See where he's at now. Just amazing. You always want to root for somebody that's an underdog like that. He truly was an underdog. So happy for him. Still mad my boy Chris Paul get his ring, but happy Giannis did his thing. So Like I always say, man, y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed. And congrats to Milwaukee Bucks on winning the NBA Finals of 2021.